Fellow Nigerians,
On top with Tori for today, Presido Buhari don extend lockdown for Lagos, Ogun and Abuja with another 14 days. Niger Presido Muhammadu Buhari don add join the period of lockdown for Lagos, Ogun and Abuja with another 14 days, make dem for fit control coronavirus disease waka for the country. Him talk this one for the live broadcast wey him do on Monday 13th April 2020 to take update Niger people on top this yamayama disease matter for the country.
in my address on Sunday, 29th March 2020, I asked the residents of Lagos and the Ogun states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, to stay at home for an initial period of 14 days, starting from Monday, 30th March 2020. Many state governments also introduced similar restrictions. As your democratically elected leaders, we made this difficult decision, knowing fully well it will severely disrupt your livelihoods and bring undue hardship to you, your loved ones, and your communities. However, such sacrifices are needed to limit the spread of COVID-19 in our country. They were necessary to save lives. Our objective was, and still remains, to contain the spread of the coronavirus and to provide space, time, and resources for an aggressive and collective action.
For the broadcast, Presido Buhari come thank everybody for the ogbonge thing wey dem dey do to make sure say coronavirus no spread for the country. Him talk say him happy say people dey obey the law wey federal government don put for ground on top COVID-19. He salutes Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN), Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs (NSCIA), and all traditional rulers wey dem take dey support federal government on top this yamayama disease matter. He still salute all the people wey don donate give federal government on top COVID-19 and how to control him spread for the country.
I will take this opportunity to recognize the massive support from our traditional rulers, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs during this pandemic. I also acknowledge the support and contributions received from public spirited individuals, the business community, and our international partners and friends. I must also thank the media houses, celebrities, and other public figures for the great work they are doing in sensitizing our citizens on hygienic practices, social distancing, and issues associated with social gatherings.
Presido Buhari come thank media houses them, celebrities, and other ogbonge people for the work wey dem dey do to make Naija people understand proper hygiene, social distancing, and matter wey concern social gathering. Naija Presido talk say for inside the 2 weeks wey pass so, dem don fit improve public health, increase identification, testing, isolation, and contact tracing. And this one make wey federal government don fit know 92% of all contacts, plus say the number of people wey dem don test for lab don dey increase well with 1,500 tests per day. Presido talk say dem don train more than 7,000 healthcare workers on top infection prevention and control, and dem don deploy NCDC teams go 19 states for Naija.
As a result of the overwhelming support and cooperation received, we were able to achieve a lot during these 14 days of initial lockdown. We implemented comprehensive public health measures that intensified our case identification, testing, isolation, and contact tracing capabilities. To date, we have identified 92% of all identified contacts, while doubling the number of testing laboratories in the country and raising our testing capacity to 1,500 tests per day. We also train over 7,000 healthcare workers on infection prevention and control while deploying NCDC teams to 19 states of the Federation.
Niger Presido Muhammad Buhari constantly throw better light on top coronavirus disease matter for Lagos, Ogun and Abuja and the plans wey federal government get to make sure say e no pass like this.
Lagos and Abuja today have the capacity to admit some 1,000 patients each across several treatment centers. Many state governments have also made provisions for isolation wards and treatment centers. We will also build similar centers near our airports and land borders. Using our resources and those provided through donations, we will adequately equip and man these centers in the coming weeks. Already, healthcare workers across all the treatment centers have been provided with the personal protective equipment that they need to safely carry out the care they provide. At this point, I must recognize the incredible work being done by our healthcare workers and volunteers across the country, especially in frontline areas of Lagos and Ogun states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory. You are our heroes, and as a nation, we will forever remain grateful for your sacrifice during this very difficult time. As a nation, we are on the right track to win the fight against COVID-19. However, I remain concerned about the increase in number of confirmed cases and deaths being reported across the world and in Nigeria especially. On 30th March 2020, when we started our lockdown in conforming with medical and scientific advice, the total number of confirmed cases across the world was over 780,000. Yesterday, the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally was over 1,850,000. This figure is more than double in 2 weeks. In the last 14 days alone, over 70,000 people have died due to this disease. In the same period, we have seen the health system of even the most developed nations being overwhelmed by this virus. Here in Nigeria, we had 131 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in 12 states on 30th March 2020. This morning, Nigeria had 323 confirmed cases in 20 states. Unfortunately, we now have 10 fatalities. Lagos State remains the center and accounts for 54% of the confirmed cases in Nigeria. When combined with FCT, the two locations represent over 71% of the confirmed cases in Nigeria. At this point, I will remind all Nigerians to continue to take responsibility for the recommended measures to prevent transmission, including maintaining physical distancing, good personal hygiene, and staying at home. Today, the cessation of movement, physical distancing measures, and the prohibition of mass gatherings remain the most efficient and effective way of reducing the transmission of the virus. By sustaining these measures, combined with extensive testing and contact tracing, we can take control and limit the spread of the disease. With this in mind, and having carefully considered the briefings and report from the Presidential Task Force and the various options offered, it has become necessary to extend the current restriction of movement in Lagos and Ogun states, as well as the FCT, for another 14 days, effective from 11:59 p.m. on Monday, 13th of April 2020. I am therefore once again asking you all to work with government in this fight. The previously issued guidelines on exemptive services shall remain. This is a difficult decision to take, but I am convinced that this is the right decision. The evidence is clear. To ensure our economy adapts to this new reality, I am directing the Ministers of Industry, Trade and Investment, Communication and Digital Economy, Science and Technology, Transportation, Aviation, Interior, Health, Works and Housing, Labor and Employment, and Education to jointly develop a comprehensive policy for a Nigerian economy functioning with COVID-19. The ministers will be supported by the Presidential Economic Advisory Council and the Economic Sustainability Committee in executing this mandate. Finally, I want to thank the members of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 for all their hard work so far. Indeed, the patriotism shown in your work is exemplary and highly commendable. Fellow Nigerians, I have no doubt that by working together and carefully following the rules, we shall get over this pandemic and emerge stronger in the end.
Now here we see this ogbonge informate reach on top with Tori for today. On top say Naija Presido don extend lockdown for Lagos, Ogun and Abuja with another 14 days, make them for fit control coronavirus disease for the country. Make una sabi say this ogbonge informate waka come meet una so na T Live Media, 9 bring am come give una.